Hello everyone and welcome back. This is Vacosties of the Dark Edge of Light, back again with a new episode of Subnautica, and you'll notice that everything looks to have gone absolutely horribly. But the truth of the matter is, I've actually had to restart because the most recent big freaking update that they did made very substantial changes in the entirety of the game world. And so what I'm having to do is restart so that I can take advantage of those. But
Greetings, survivor.
I actually
Your
know
journey will
more than I
die.
did last time,
Assist to
so
confirm
hopefully it'll go a
survival
lot
in
better
emergency
and quicker
situations. You
to
have
get
initiated
set up into
personal
some of
data
the
assessment.
primary,
The interface visible now.
starting
Visual
elements
infantry.
of the game
Display
and get
currently
us to
available
a
construction blueprints.
better point
Encode other
quicker.
valuable information.
At least
Please
that's
take
what we're
a
going to
moment to
try.
familiarize yourself with it.
So we're gonna grab what water and food we've got, and they won't let me even do anything with the med kit this time around, apparently. So, oh, this time I've only got one of the cells online? And it won't actually let me... Is it because it wants me to eat first? And then... Let's see... Alright, so... The good news... Oh, good lord, that's a lot of gastropod stuff. So, the good news is, I know more of what I'm doing this time around, so we should be able to get some progress a little
New
quicker.
creature
I'm actually
discovered.
going to grab my food items and such, and actually, know what I'm
Attention.
doing.
Detecting increased local radiation levels. Trend is consistent with ongoing degradation of the Aurora's dark matter drive core due to damage sustained during collision. Continue
Okay.
to monitor.
So we're going through the whole starting environment thing, but I'm really going to push to try and get some of the really... Whoa, God, I do not want to be near those things. Man, you're really chucking them into my face early this time. So first thing we're going to do right off the bat, despite the radiation threat, is we're going to go and we're going to get that, those pods that I need. We're going to do that right off here at the beginning. If I take a couple deaths from doing it, oh well. But I want to get that knife made earlier this time. There's some quartz. So that we can really, like, seriously get this stuff going this time. But yeah, no, apparently I would have been able to upgrade my previous game, but they still very seriously suggested just restarting instead, stating that it would be better overall for your gameplay enjoyment. So I decided to go ahead and go with it and do a restart. Apparently they did very significant changes, so that's what I'm gonna go with. So we are gonna get the heck out of that area now. But the big thing is we got a bunch of those creepvine pods, so that's gonna let us make
Emergency. 10
the rubber
seconds of
early on,
oxygen remaining.
so that I can make that knife. So now we're gonna get ourselves some titanium. Let's double check the inventory, okay, so that's a lot of space already taken up. So we're gonna have to grab like one piece of salvage. Probably all we're gonna really have access to. There's a piece of titanium outright. There's an egg, which that's kind of meh at the moment. But here we go. Let's get back to the pod. Let's make a couple craftables and get that knife into our hands, because that's really going to help early game. Okay. So, here we go. Silicon rubber. We're going to make as much of it as we can right off the bat. And if I have to go back and get more, I will. But that's a good bit right there. There's some glass. And some titanium. Boom. So, we're immediately going to want to try and get our hands on, batteries, power cells, and of course our ever important bits and pieces that are going to let us make the scanner and the welder. But here's the really big thing for me, is that knife. So having that knife is huge. So currently we are only so-so. There's a first aid kit though. And this time, as you see, the communications relay is actually damaged to start off. So that's a change as well. So we're going to go ahead and stash the flares, because I'm not going to be doing much during the night hours just because it's not really safe to do so. And then we're going to let us... I really want to put the... Okay, so it's not going to let us do that. Gotta go. There we go. We have to move over. So we've got a little bit of stuff starting up here. So we're able to... So I can make a waterproof locker right now, but we don't need that yet. Because again, the other big thing is I've got a little bit more knowledge this time around of what we actually need the most. So let's go ahead and make up some fins. An O2 tank for a little bit more breathing capacity. So that's a really big deal. That's the wearable one. And then our next big thing is going to be the radiation suit. So we need that fiber mesh and the lead. And that we've got to get from cutting a couple of those plants up. So let's make a backup knife, just because it's a really smart move. And it's time to go explore a bit. Now we've got a fish. Let's go ahead and... Nope, can't cure it, so we've got to just flat out cook it. Okay. And I've got some water, but we're going to need to get more, which is totally doable now. Except it's apparently nighttime. Okay, well. Kind of a cool thing is there's a lot of light right now. And I don't see a lot of bad out right now. So I'm going to just move around sort of gently here. You know, there's a seed of that plant. Just see if I can maybe grab a few bits and pieces. There's some salvage. More quartz.
Caution. Continued degradation of the Aurora's drive core may cause a quantum detonation.
Yeah, see, that's...
Calculating risk assessment. Death by malnourishment, 7%. By physical injury, 11%.
That's the scary
by
part.
Exposure to radioactive crash site materials, 19%. If the drive core is breached, probability of death increases to 65%.
So basically, once that core starts to go critical, we need to be inside the pod to ride out the blast. Right now, as you can see, I'm just getting some bits and pieces. Here's some of the really big stuff, these common coral samples. That's going to let us make some bleach. There's some acid mushrooms for battery making. So that's a big deal.
New creature discovered.
There's a peeper, so I can nom that. It's not as yummy according to everything, but it's nommable. Alright, let's get to the surface. So as you can see, I'm also being a little bit more adventurous this time because I do know a little bit more about the game starting off this time, so I'm not quite as worried that I'm just gonna randomly die. Inventory secured. Cool. Let's see here. So electronics. I've got one part of the batteries. Just need some copper ore now. Cool. Let's go ahead and cook us up a paper. And then over here in basic materials, we got some more titanium, so we're going to make that up just because we're going to need a lot of it. It is one of the core building blocks for a lot of things. And the bleach, we've got some common coral, so we just need some salt. So that's going to be pretty cool once we get that. And then for our welder, we need crash fish and magnesium. So we will have to get those as soon as we can. And as you see, it's already, like, it's definitely not happy. The pod knows that we're in trouble, and we need to keep trying to get more stuff put together. So that's what we're gonna do. There's quartz pods and some more quartz. Really need to find myself some rock bits and pieces so that I can get some copper. We've got a metric ton of quartz, so I'm actually going to leave some of it behind for right now. Try to focus more on some magnesium and limestone, because the limestone is going to be what lets us really start to get some stuff going here. Because the limestone holds the various ores that we need so much. So very much. Okay, so dawn is coming. That's exciting, because I'm going to be able to see a little better. Here we go. Hey, there's some copper. Fantastic. That is a good start to what we need here. The more copper, the better. Hey, here's some more limestone. Awesome. So let's see. We got some lead, so that's a step towards our hazmat suit. Some more copper. Oh, this is going good. Titanium I don't really need, so I'm just going to grab up one of the pieces, but it's not as critical. Really looking for the copper and the lead right now so that I can make up that newer suit. Nice, more lead. Let's see here. Alright, need to get some crash powder. But the copper is not gonna go amiss. At all. Okay, let's get to the surface and let's actually go get some of this not only crafted but stashed, because we've got enough to make some batteries and stuff like that. If I can find the crash powder before I actually get back, we'll actually be able to already make up that welder. Just need the magnesium and the crash powder. There's quartz. You can see I'm definitely being a little bit more adventurous this time through, because I've got a slightly better understanding of how this all works. It's another creature egg. I don't think I want to do anything with that right now, so we're going to avoid the creature egg. Oh, there's a... Oh, no, that was just a small graphical glitch. All the different corals and everything else, and another critter egg.
Emergency. 10 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Alright, so we're gonna have to go ahead and just get some of this stashed and flipped over. So let's go ahead and start there. Okay, so first off, under our resources, basic materials, advanced materials, electronics. So we need to make up some batteries.
Warning, local radiation readings exhibit characteristics consistent with total degradation of the Aurora's dark matter drive core. A quantum detonation will occur with a probability of
There's a couple batteries for us, so awesome.
Advise observing a 1 kilometer safety range.
And there's our battery. Oh, we need to make some more glass. So if we make some more glass, we can make both a scanner and a flashlight. So those are both really important tools. So yeah, I think that makes sense to take care of. So let's go ahead, let's make our scanner, which is a big deal. That helps us really learn a lot. Let's make our flashlight up. Awesome. Let's make sure we can't make any more batteries, because if we can, we'll make them up now. If we can't, we won't just yet. So no, we need some more copper ore. And now let's see where we're sitting with our welder retake. So again, we still need the crash fish powder and the magnesium, and then we'll be able to have our welder. And then the next thing after that will be the habitat builder. So we're definitely getting somewhere this time, a lot faster than we did last time. We're going to go ahead and stash a whole bunch of stuff in here for later use. And then we're going to down some water and some food. Now, we really do need to try and get the rest of the bits and pieces we need for the bleach. The biggest part being the magnesium. That's the tricky part. Oh, sweet Jesus. Alright, so... not sure... the heck is that?
New creature discovered.
Oh, it's a Gary fish. Okay, cool. So, we've got a couple more pieces for food, but now we definitely need to get some of that magnesium. I don't want to get too far away from the pod, though, because I don't want the ship to go up while I'm not in it. That would be... sucky. Kinda in the extreme. So, but here is some stuff that we can do. We've got solar panel fragments to scan, so here we go. Boom. And now little bits and pieces of this and that. Oh yeah, some metal cell. Let's go ahead and scan the various bits and pieces, because it does let us get somewhere with some of this.
Emergency. 10 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Nice. Alien life form, purple brain portal. Oh, I may have died. Nope, made it. Okay, made it before brain damage. Whew, that was close. Alright. And let's start getting some scans of the various bits and pieces of the environment. We'll be able to actually look at those later. Of course, some of the scarier bits and pieces of this is just having to deal with some of the random stuff that we find. That is not what we wanted.
Emergency. Seismic readings suggest a quantum
crap.
detonation has occurred in the Aurora's drive core. The central dark matter reactor will reach a supercritical state in T-minus.
Oh no. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to make it.
8,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. There it goes.
10 seconds of oxygen.
And That was close. There goes the radiation. You can hear that radiation monitor just spiking off the charts. Whew. Alright, and now if we climb outside, you can see the core went up. Alright, so we made it in time. We didn't end up dying from that, so that's something at least. But now we are, again, back on the hunt for some actual freaking, Hey, wait, there we go. There we go. That's what we needed. That's a salt deposit. Beautiful. We need a lot more of that, but it's a start, at least. So as you can see, there's a lot of stuff down here, but salt deposits are a big thing. We also really could use some more of those other bits and pieces as we go. So I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm currently on the look for crash
30
powder.
seconds of oxygen remaining.
Because that's going to be a really big deal. We need that crash powder, and holy crap, that is a deep ravine. I did not realize that was that deep. That's why it gave me that caution so early on, and I actually got much closer to the ship than I intended to. Alright. So if I can just get us to at least have the crash powder, maybe a couple more pieces of salt, I'll be content to call it on this episode. That crash powder is one of the big pieces. It's so important because I need to be able to make that welder to fix up the ship. Now you're noticing there is a little bit of visual tearing in this update. Do keep in mind it's still an alpha. It's alpha or at best very early beta. So I'm really not concerned with that. They'll obviously keep working on getting all of the graphic tearing that is occurring here and there fixed up. So I'm here we go. This is, I think, what I needed. Nope. Nope. Still not. Grief. Oh wait, there we go. Nice, exploded right there.
Emergency.
Well, that's a
10
crash
seconds
egg,
of oxygen remaining.
but that didn't give me any of my actual other stuff. Uh-oh. So we definitely just had an error message there. Not sure what that error message was about, but that's interesting. Giant coral tubes. See, I'm not sure where everything that I need is. Oh, wait, there we go. There's another salt deposit. That's a good thing. That'll let me make the second bottle of bleach. And good lord, I'm back over near the kelp forest again, which I do not want to be at. I keep on going like the opposite direction that I actually want to, and I'm not exactly certain why. But I think we're going to go ahead and call it there. We're going to get back to the ship, make up a couple bottles of water. But as you can see, this is a much better start this time than I had during my first playthrough of this game. So, in a way, I guess I'm kind of actually happy that I had to restart. I'd gotten a little bit further, but we're almost back to that point. So once I hit that same point, I'm going to be really happy, I think, and all new areas that we'll be able to explore. Was one of the other big things that they added was a whole bunch of new places to explore and new things to do. So definitely looking forward to that. As always, I am Vacosties of the Dark Edge of Light. If you're enjoying this, please definitely toss me a like and a subscription. And if you want to see more and follow my other different shows, as well as the shows for the Dark Edge of Light, do follow me on social media. You can find both mine and the Dark Edge of Light social media in the description down below. I'm just going to grab my coral here so that I can make some water. And then we're going to call it good. Come on, system. There we go. Bleach. Bleach. Woot. That makes water. Nice. 2 nice big bottles of water, which are literally full rations. Let's cook these things up here. Then once I get solid continual salt, we'll be able to start actually curing food from all of these. But that's going to do it for now. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time, and as always, game on.